Tonight on Connecticut's news station, we're looking at how homicides are down in Hartford so far this year. We'll look at the reasons why after one of the deadliest years in the capital city in 2022.
We were begging them, asking them to please continue the search.
Also ahead tonight, a Connecticut woman missing in Japan. We'll hear from one family member who's desperately looking for help.
And a man is accused of practicing illegal dentistry in one Connecticut hotel. We'll tell you the makeshift office found in a hotel room.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
But we begin at 10 tonight with the decline in homicides in the city of Hartford this year. Good evening, I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Samaya Hernandez. Thanks for joining us. There have been 5 killings in the capital city this year. That's a lower rate than 2022, which was one of the deadliest years on record in Hartford in decades. Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner joins us live now outside of Hartford Police Station to explain what's behind this trend. Hi, DeAndrea.
Hi, Samaya. Well, police tell me that in the second quarter of 2023, that homicides have decreased by at least 50% from this time last year. Now, I spoke to police and advocates across the community, and they tell me what they expect coming this summer.
I'm hoping for complete peace. I'm hoping that we don't get past 10. I'm praying to God that we don't see all this violence intensified.
After the city of Hartford saw the highest number of homicides in 2 decades last year, advocates and police are hoping for a calmer year in 2023.
Last year was a very busy year, atypical of the city. 39 homicides is the biggest number I've ever seen here in my 17, 18 years on the job. So
this time last year, there were 11 homicides in Hartford. To date, there have been 6.
It said that something is working, obviously. I'm so happy that we have 6. Wish we didn't have any. Last year started out with a bang, and it carried on throughout the year. This year, like you say, 6, and let's hope we stay at 6, but we know that's not going to happen.
Reverend Henry Brown with Mothers United Against Violence says that as the weather gets warmer, he's concerned more crime will happen.
Yeah, I think when the weather gets hotter, I think you will see more, and I knock on wood on that because we're hoping not.
Last year, about half of the city's homicides happened between May and October. But with the warmer days on the horizon, Hartford police say they are thinking ahead.
there will be a summer action plan. There always is. Last year, due to the homicides and due to the shootings, we did take a lot of people into custody for those shootings. We believe a lot of those people were very violent offenders. We'd like to hope that's the reason for the homicides and shootings being lower this year than what they are. So we'll see.
Now, Samaya and Ben, originally police told us that the Hartford homicide rate for 2023 was 6, but according to our Fox 61 records, it's actually 5, which makes the homicide rate compared to last year below 50%, excuse me. For now in Hartford, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, DeAndrea. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank for a first look at the forecast. And Rachel, it looks like spring is back, right?
Hey, Rachel.
Yeah, it actually feels like April for a change. What a concept. And that's going to be the case as we head through the next couple of days as well, with varying amounts of clouds and sunshine. Today's high exactly around average for this time of year, right around the 60-degree mark. And that's where temperatures are hanging out right now, mid-50s in Waterbury and also for the Connecticut shoreline. If you look to the northwest, you'll see some rain and snow showers from a disturbance that'll be passing through the area tomorrow. Other than a sprinkle or a light shower, most of us will stay dry tomorrow. But again, the important thing is that temperatures will be very similar to today. Overnight lows will be dipping back into the 40s, so it'll be a bit cooler heading out the door tomorrow morning. We'll start the day off with some early sunshine, but as we head through the midday into the afternoon, the clouds will lower and thicken up. We'll see high temperatures in the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees. And again, there is a slight chance for a sprinkle or light shower, though most of the state will stay dry. Another copy on Wednesday, and then we warm things up again. So just when it starts feeling like April, we've got another late week warm up. We'll show you the numbers coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. Well, a family in Stores has a message for Japanese authorities. Do everything you can to find Patty. But who is Patty? Well, Patty is an avid traveler from Stores, and her family says she plans adventures down to the T. The family is now searching for her in a foreign land more than 6,000 miles away. Where is Patricia Wu Murad?
She went missing last Monday, and we didn't find out about it until this past Friday night.
Known by her husband Kirk and her sister-in-law Julie as Patty, this avid traveler is known to plan out all her adventures. When Japanese authorities reported her missing last week, it raised alarms.
Every piece of this trip she planned for months. So for something like this to happen to her, there must really be something wrong.
Patty was reported missing Monday while hiking.
They did a 72-hour search. They did not find her, so they called off the search.
On Friday, the consulate told her family she wasn't found, so the family flew to Japan to search on their own.
We were begging them, asking them to please continue the search, to keep looking for her.
They say Patty could be off the trail, on a different route, or in a small village in the Key Peninsula. Senator Richard Blumenthal now wielding his power in Congress to help gain access to Patty's phone.
Right now, Apple will not give that information to us. So we are asking Senator Blumenthal to have them release that information to us.
In a statement, Senator Blumenthal said, having spoken to members of Patty's family, some now already in Japan, I am determined to seek every possible source of search and rescue to aid her. I have contacted the State Department and the White House to assist and will continue helping the Murad family through every avenue available. I am deeply concerned and am praying for Patty's safe return to her family. The State Department also saying it stands ready to assist the family, but private search efforts are costly. If you'd like to help, we have a link on our website at fox61.com.
Well, New Haven police are releasing the body camera from a botched raid when officers put the wrong person in handcuffs. It happened around 6 o'clock in the morning on April 6th at an apartment building on East Street. Police had a search warrant for an apartment on the second floor, but ended up going to an apartment on the third floor instead. Investigators got 5 tips about possible child pornography at the address.
Understandably, that it can be pretty traumatic when the police department is all of a sudden in your apartment.
We're not happy that we hit the wrong door, but in watching the video, the officers and detectives did a great job talking to her and making it right.
Police say the suspect that they were after died by suicide 5 days later. The woman who was handcuffed in the accidental raid says that her lawyer advised her not to speak with Fox 61.
We're learning new details tonight about the death of a teenager in New London. Police say 17-year-old Denazia Uzzle of Groton was found unresponsive at a home on Jefferson Avenue early Saturday morning. She died at the hospital. An adult and 19-year-old girl were also sent to the hospital with stab wounds. They're expected to survive. The investigation into Uzzle's death continues. Well, new at 10, a driver is recovering tonight after crashing into a tree in Haddam. This happened on Killingworth Road just after 8 last night. Haddam firefighters say a car went off the road and hit a tree, and when crews arrived, the driver was alert and taken to Middlesex Hospital. State police are investigating that crash.
Also new at 10 tonight, a firefighter in Monroe's recovering tonight from serious injuries that he suffered while fighting a house fire. This photo from the Monroe Volunteer Fire Department shows the damage at the home on Old Zor Road. The fire started around 5 p.m. Saturday. That firefighter was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive his injuries. The house was destroyed, and while investigators are looking for an official cause of the fire, they believe it was an electrical fire.
New at 10, Danbury police arrest a man who they say was illegally doing dental work out of a hotel room. Officers arrested Hugo Morales de Lima yesterday at the La Quinta Inn and Suites on Newington Road. Officers found a man in the hotel room who claimed he was doing dental referrals, and when they entered the room, they found a makeshift dentist office, including drills, suction machines, and a portable x-ray machine. They also found several bottles of medications, including amoxicillin. Morales de Lima is charged with practicing dentistry without a license and illegal sale of prescription drugs.
A person was rescued from an apartment fire in Hartford this morning. It happened on Charter Oak Avenue around 5 a.m. The fire started in the person's apartment on the top floor of the building. The victim was conscious when they were sent to the hospital, but we don't know that person's condition as of tonight. The cause of the fire remains under investigation.
New at 10 veterans of the Korean and Vietnam Wars received a special honor in Bloomfield this evening. Lieutenant Governor Susan Bisowitz and the town's mayor spoke at the Bloomfield Korean and Vietnam War Veterans Ceremony. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs says there are about 184,000 vets living in Connecticut. Lieutenant Governor Bisowitz says vets of the Korean and Vietnam Wars share something in common since neither war was formally declared or ended.
When many of our Korean War veterans returned home, they did not get the ticker tape parades that some of the World War II veterans enjoyed. And sadly, our Vietnam veterans were greeted with jeers.
The VA also says about a third of veterans in Connecticut served in the Vietnam War, and more than 10% were in Korea.